Okay, what you want to do is to search Luno app or Luno sign in on your search box, and then you click enter, or you just searched it. You're either going to click on the first one or the second one that says sign in, and then you go ahead and sign in. The browser is going to open a new tab where you're going to put your email that you used to sign up along with the password that you use with that email to sign up. And for those who do not have an account, they need to sign up first before they can be able to log in. And it is very easy to sign up. You can do that very quickly. They're going to give you a 4-digit code that you're going to have to put in order to be taken to the Luno portal, where you will be able to find the exchange platform that you're going to be discussing today. You're either going to use your email or you're either going to use your SMS to receive the 4-digit code. You put it. After a while, it's going to open the Luno platform. This is how it looks. This is the general visual representation of how it looks. You're going to click exchange. You're going to be taken to the platform that we are going to be explaining today. As you can see, this is so much to look at in your eyes, but it is very simple to understand. I'm going to start by explaining the buy option. It is this one in the green. The sell is this one on your right. This is very simple to understand. You just have to know that the buy is in green. The sell is going to appear to have a red color underneath, as you can see here. To explain this, I'm going to start by explaining the limit order, as well as the market order, as well as the stop limit order. A limit order is an order that allows you to sell at a specific price or buy at a specific price. In this case, we are buying. You're going to put the amount of coins that you want in this space or max it out. This is the ZAR wallet, the amount of money that you have in your wallet, as well as the fee. The fee is what is going to be taken by the market from your order, if you're going to take from the market or you're going to make an immediate order. Everything that is going to be in your amount or the total amount of coins is going to be the one that determines your fee. This is the buy total, which is the amount of coins you buy. You're going to click buy after you've made all those changes. The market order is the one that is placed at the best available price by the market. You fill up your amount here, the amount of coins that you want to buy, and then the market is going to deduct a fee out of the total of coins that you're going to buy. You're going to click buy afterwards. The stop limit is having two prices in it. It has the stop price, which is the price that triggers your order. Let's say you want to place your order at a price that is at the top, and then you want your order to go through at the price that is below. You're going to put the stop price at that price, which is like maybe, let's say 17, and then the limit price should be maybe 16. When the price reaches 17, it's going to trigger your order to be in the market or be available in the market. It's going to be triggered. The amount is going to be there. Your order goes through by pressing buy. The sell option has the limit, market, and stop limit, stop price, limit price, amount, sell button, best available price, amount, sell option is there, limit has limit price, amount, the sell button is there. The only difference is you're not buying, but you are selling this time. That's the only difference. So you need to be careful with the sell and buy. The order book. This is where all your orders or everyone's orders are kept in the market, and all investors and traders are able to see the orders that are available in the market here. 1677 is an order that was placed by some trader in the market, and it goes higher and higher and higher. There's a lot of people that have their orders here. The highest price is there, going down to the lowest price for people that are selling, because the red is the sell. The green 1674 to 1617, the lowest price to the highest buying price. The average prices of coins are on the left side of the order book, and the amount of coins are at the right side of the order book. The big amount of coins that you see appearing and disappearing, that is an action done by the market. You do not have to be worried about that, as you will always see this happening in the market from time to time. You do not have control over that, and it is the market that has control. So you just have to place your order and just analyze the market. 1 point something times the average price gives us the amount that the person is going to use to buy or for that order to go through in the market, and that goes for the sell order at the top. The one spread is caused by 1675 minus 1674, and that is giving us one spread. So it is the distance between the first sell price as well as the first buying price in the order book. That is the spread. It usually shows the volatility and the busyness of the market. The recent trades are all the trades that have taken place in the market so far. So as you can see, as I'm going down, This is the price at which they occurred, as well as the price at which they were bought at or sold at, and this is the amount that was sold or bought at that particular point. So all of these are the recent trades that happened in the market so far. So to find all the coins on Luno, you click here and then you find all the coins like this. The first one is Bitcoin Cash per BTC, followed by LTC per BTC, followed by Litecoin Pesa or LTC Pesa, going down all the way from XRP, Ethereum to Bitcoin. This is the 24-hour average price of every coin that's available in this market or on the Luno platform. You find the prices here. The percentages in green are the 24-hour change in percentages, which summarizes the performance of every coin that you are seeing on the screen. It is basically what tells you if the market is in a bullish performance or a bearish performance. So when the percentages are red, just know that the market is in a bearish trend or in a bearish performance, and it is green, it is in a bullish performance. So the USD 105.01, it is the price of Litecoin in dollars. The one at the top, which is in green 1678, is the price of Litecoin in rands. And then you're gonna find the 24-hour change, which is what we just explained in percentages down there, as well as the 24 high, which is the highest price that was reached in 24 hours by the coin. We also get the 24-hour low, which is the lowest price that was reached by the coin in 24 hours. The 24-hour low is like the lowest price in the market so far. We also have the 24-hour volume, which is mostly the same. It's the same. I don't know why they're not the same as the one that's down there in the recent trades, but they are mostly the same, so there must be a mistake in the market. The markets here, it is all the markets that are available on Luno, from Bitcoin, Ethereum, LTC, Bitcoin Cash, USD Coin, everything. BTC over here. This is the summary of BTC, Ethereum, XRP. You can also go to other and put the other coins that you want to look at. Litecoin, for example. You check everything that you want to see. Litecoin in Nairas, in rands, in per BTC, and everything is just here for you to see. This is where you find all of them. The orders is the open orders, all your orders that are open, order history, the trade history, as well as the day-to-day summary of your trades in 30 days. This is everything that you see here. It's basically everything that you've ordered in the market. The insights, crypto insights, are basically what you have to look at. It's like any other social media platform insights. You look at the performance of everything here. Go to the top right corner. You can see that you can change there and change to LTC, change to any other coin that you want to look at to see its performance for you to place your trades. Going back to the trade platform, as you can see again that it still looks the same after you have switched. It doesn't change, so don't be confused. If you have any open orders, this is where they will appear. They will always be here. They do not appear anywhere else. As you can see, it has created, type, side, price, amount, average price, fill, value, and all that to the trigger price. The order history is here. If you click on it, it's going to show you. Trade history as well. If you click on it, it's going to show you. The time frame, it is found at the top there. It ranges from a different variety of time frames depending on what you want to use, starting from 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, as well as an hour, which I almost use every time, 3 hours, 4 hours going forward. So let me change, for example, and go to 30 minutes and the chart will change. It doesn't look the same as the one that was here before this one. 3 hours is not going to look the same as 15 minutes and 1 hour and 1 week and all the other different time frames from 3 hours. Let me go back to the hour. It looks as the one that we were seeing so far all along. So candlesticks here, we have the bars. They are all different. The bars look different than the candlesticks, which looks like this, as well as the hollow candles, which look like this. They are hollow inside. They do not have, they are not filled with the color. Then we have Henkashi. They are also like candlesticks, but they are different. We have the line graph as well. The area, people use this, but I don't often use it, so I do not understand the theory behind it. The baseline as well. These are all the different charts that we have in the Luno trading platform. This is a raw chart, but to further examine this, you can use indicators, which are what is used to analyze or examine the market. Average true range, it's an indicator. You also have a lot of other indicators, such as the envelope, as well as MACD, which I like to use mostly. Moving average, money flow, So it's a lot of different indicators, RSI. You can use this only if you understand how to use it and you understand the theory that is involved behind the indicator. To find an indicator easily, you just type the acronym RSI and then appears. You can also search others, just put in the acronym. Average true range value appears if I put ATR, and if I also put MA, moving average, appears if I edit D. Make D is the only one that's going to be here. So that is how I simply find them. To put it on the chart, you simply have to just click on it and then it appears on the chart. This is it right here. Depending on how big you want to see it, you just hold it at the top or the end of the indicator and adjust it. Also add another one. Let me search RSI. You add RSI as well, and the new indicator appears on top of the indicator you added first. You can play with the settings here, with the style, the color that you want your graph to be. White then appears to be white over there, or you can also put yellow and then it appears to be yellow over there. You can also go to the line and adjust it to be bigger or thicker, or depending on how you want it to be, as well as the input. The length is the number of days or the period that you want your indicator to be at. If you want 20 days, then you can put 20. If you want 14, you put 40. If you want 25, 25. Any number that you want that you are able to analyze or work with, you put it over there, and then your indicator is going to change to that. If you want to analyze the indicator alone, you click here. If you want to move it down, you click here. If you want to move it back up, you click over there. If you want to play with the visibility, you click the eye. You can switch it on and off for it to disappear and also appear again. And when you are done with the indicator, you click the X, and you also click the X over here. If you are too tired, go back to the indicators. You click the undo arrow for the indicators to come back up, and you also click undo for the indicators to go away. And that is how you remove or add the indicators on the chart. The tool over here is the cross, the dots, the arrow, and the eraser. The arrow looks like this. Based on a preference, you can use any other tool that you saw over there, and the eraser is used to erase anything that you do not want on the chart that you previously written or drawn on the chart. We also have the dot. This is how it looks. So if you also like the dot, you can use it, but I always use the cross because it looks better to me. I like it. The trend line is drawn using this tool. We also can draw the info line, trend angle going all the way down. Just to show the trend line, I might just go forward and draw it. And this is how it's going to look. This is an uptrend. You can use 2 or more as long as you still want to draw the trend. You can use this tool. This is how it's appearing now. I can also play with the color. I can edit this thing and make it look how I want it to look. Now it's yellow. I can also change this one to any other color that I want. You can click there again and change the color. And after you're done, you can press delete. Also play with the line settings here, whether you want it big or small, and press delete afterwards. These are the other tools that are available, but you do not have to use all of them. If you understand the ones that you can use, then you use only those. These are other tools. Just in case you forget anything, you can use the text to write on the chart and plan your trade. These are the other tools that are available. Here as well are the other tools. This is where my favorite other tool is, the long position. I like to use this one to plan my long trades, the ones that I'm gonna be holding positions for a long time, and I delete it by using it or just leave it there. The short position is different from the long position. You can also use it. Let me just show the difference between the two. The long position looks like this. It has the green and the red on top, and the short position is the inverse of the long position. It has green on the bottom, red at the top, and green at the bottom for short position. I'm gonna explain in another video how these two are different and what they're used for. These are all the tools that are available on Luno. That's range, price range, and a lot of others. I'm gonna continue uploading more videos on trading. Thank you for watching. This is it for this video.